I'll be me QA guy at a mid-sized software shop. Paychecks show up on time. Job is basically clicking buttons and writing bugs. Nobody reads. Office drama used to be manageable. Keep head down, do tickets, go home. That was the deal. Then about a year back, company gets hit with the culture refresh virus. Execs start chanting diversity and inclusion like it's a spell. Hire a wave of new faces, almost all in non-technical stuff. Marketing, HR, people whose main skill is smiling in meetings. That's how we get Madison. Madison lands on the marketing team. First day she fires off a company-wide intro email, not the normal, "Hi, I'm Madison, excited to join." It's a whole sermon, 3 chunky paragraphs about dismantling oppressive systems, talking like she's running for office, pronouns stuffed into the subject line like it's a warning label. Her email signature looks like a billboard, name, job title, pronouns, she, her, in neon hot pink. Then a rotating inspirational quote about justice at the bottom, like a fortune cookie made of activism. Couple of older engineers just reply, "Welcome aboard." Apparently that's a crime now. She sends a follow-up email, all soft tone and HR vocabulary, gentle reminder about respecting and acknowledging people's full identity in professional communication. Cool. So now even saying hello has rules. Office turns into a walk-on eggshells simulator. Madison appoints herself unofficial culture, hall monitor, corrects people mid-meeting if they say "you guys," suggests folks or everyone. With that teacher voice, has a mug on her desk that says "male tears" in huge block letters, like it's her personality trait. If you crack a joke that isn't approved by the committee in her skull, she hits you with that long, disappointed stare, the kind your mom gives when you tracked mud in. Worst part is the break room. Can't just grab coffee and disappear. She'll be posted up talking loud about some article on toxic masculinity. Always in the workplace, too, like the workplace is her natural habitat. Rest of us develop a sixth sense for her footsteps. Time. Our breaks like we're avoiding a predator at the watering hole. Management eats it up. She volunteers to lead initiatives, runs sensitivity workshops, offers to facilitate conversations. To them, she's a walking PR sticker that says progressive. To us, she's constant low-grade anxiety with lipstick. This becomes normal for like a year. We adapt, learn the buzzwords, nod in meetings, keep actual opinions locked in the basement. Exhausting, but survivable. Then, a few months ago, they hire a new senior developer and walks, Tyler. I'm there his first day because, of course I am. PM is giving him the grand tour like he's a visiting dignitary. Tyler is the opposite of Madison's dream recruit. Late 30s, maybe early 40s, quiet, plain clothes, no slogans, no "be kind," hoodie, just calm and unreadable, listens, nods, shakes hands. When they introduce him to the team, he does a small smile, says he's looking forward to getting started. No life story, no mission statement, just a guy. He sets up his desk like he's assembling IKEA, quick, silent, 2 monitors, mechanical keyboard, bottle of water. That's it. Workspace is sterile, functional, 0 fluff. And of course, it doesn't take long for the office hawk to spot fresh meat. Madison must have a radar for new male employees. Around mid-morning, she glides over with her male tears mug in hand. Nearby, cubicles suddenly become very busy. Everyone pretending to work while secretly listening. This is always the moment of truth for new dudes. She starts with her usual script, big shiny fake welcome smile, introduces herself, "I'm Madison," immediately follows with, "My pronouns are she, her." Then she pauses, smiling like she's waiting for him to say the magic words back. Tyler doesn't even fully turn, just tilts his head away from the monitor a little, looks at her with a completely neutral face. "Tyler, nice to meet you." Then turns back to his screen like she was a pop-up ad. The silence is unreal. You can practically hear Madison's brain buffering. She stands there for a full 10 seconds, which is an eternity in an open office, clearly waiting for him to play along. Tyler just keeps typing. Keyboard clicks are the only sound. Finally, she lets out this tiny, "okay," and retreats back to the marketing corner. I peek over my monitor. Another engineer, Kyle, catches my eye, gives the smallest nod of approval possible. Like a covert signal, Resistance just got an accidental mascot. We all think that's the end of it. She'll label him a lost cause and move on. We are very wrong for Madison. Him not engaging isn't a sign to back off. It's a challenge. Few days later, the first real test shows up, email from Madison. One of her standard marketing blasts, sent to a big group that includes the dev team. Something about campaign synergy or whatever the buzzword is this week. Tyler needs a technical clarification. Normal world, you just reply and ask. But in our office, every email is a minefield. Her email signature is still a circus of fonts and self-branding. Madison, Jaskar, marketing something or other. She, her in obnoxious pink. Little quote at the bottom, like she's a nonprofit banner ad. We all quietly wait to see how Tyler answers it. Because everything is a test now. About 10-ish minutes later, his reply hits the thread, clean, cold, efficient. Madison, can you confirm the API endpoint for the customer profile lookup? Thanks, Tyler. That's literally it. No pronouns, no warm intro, no hope you're having a mindful day sign off. His signature is just his name and senior software engineer. Looks like it was typed by a robot built to ship features. I'm walking to the printer later. Printer's right by the marketing side, because of course it is. And I see Madison just locked onto her monitor, jaw tight, eyes narrowed, scrolling up and down like the email is going to change, rereading his 2-line response like it's a hate crime. Then she does this loud, dramatic sigh, the kind you do when you want an audience. Couple heads pop up over cubicle walls. She makes sure everyone notices she's offended, not a confrontation, more like a passive-aggressive flag planted in the ground. Tyler doesn't even seem aware anything happened. He's just at his desk, typing, clicking, coding like a monk. So Madison switches tactics. Next phase is public ambushes. Kitchen becomes her favorite hunting zone. One afternoon, Tyler's just trying to make tea, normal human activity. Madison walks in with one of her marketing buddies. They drift right into his space by the microwave, like they've practiced the formation. She starts talking loudly, not to him, around him, about how tech is fundamentally broken, built on male privilege, systems designed to keep people down. Marketing friend is nodding like a dashboard bobblehead. Then Madison turns and aims it directly at him. Question is so loaded it should have a warning label. Asks him, as a man in tech, what he's actively doing to dismantle the patriarchal systems he benefits from. Entire kitchen just freezes. One dev at the water dispenser stops mid-fill, hands still on the lever. Everyone knows this is a trap. There is no correct answer. Agree and you're confessing. Disagree and you're the villain. Stay quiet and you're complicit. Tyler finishes stirring his tea. Slow, deliberate, takes a sip like he's tasting wine, looks at her with this mild curiosity. Not angry, not nervous, like he's watching a weird bird peck at a car mirror. I write clean, efficient, well-documented code, he says, voice totally level. It improves the product and makes the team's job easier. That helps everybody. Then he gives this polite little nod and just walks out, leaves her standing there holding the moment like it's slipping through her fingers. Water dispenser guy visibly fights a laugh, fills his bottle way too fast, and bolts. Madison is just blank, speechless. Because he didn't fight her, he didn't play her game at all. He basically refused to step onto her battlefield. And somehow, that's a bigger insult than arguing. After the kitchen thing, she drags the fight online. We use this company chat app for everything. There's a big general channel meant for announcements and dumb memes. Madison treats it like her personal blog, starts posting links non-stop. 7 ways to be a better ally at work. Why your intentions don't matter. Unpacking unconscious bias. Most people just scroll past like it's an ad. But then she gets bolder. One morning, she drops some especially aggressive pieces about how men staying silent on social issues is a form of violence. And then she tags him. Tyler, would love your perspective on this as one of our senior tech leads. Channel instantly goes dead. Digital town, square execution vibes. Everybody watching. Tyler's little status icon says he's active, he's online, he saw it, minutes go by, then more minutes, then like an hour. Nothing from him in that channel. Absolute silence. Then in the dev channel for our main project, or Stom Project Hailstone, or whatever corporate name we're stuck with. This quarter, Tyler posts a new message. Team, I pushed the final pieces for the auth module to staging. QA can start when ready. Docs are updated. He doesn't just ignore her, he ignores her publicly, and responds to something else entirely, something that matters to him, work. It's like watching someone dodge a punch by leaving the room. Message couldn't be clearer. I'm here to ship, not to perform in your theater. You can almost feel Madison's rage from across the floor. A few minutes later, I see her hammering her keyboard like it owes her money, furious typing. Later, one of the devs tells me she DM'd Tyler a whole wall of text, accusing him of being deliberately obtuse, of fostering toxicity, of being a textbook example of everything wrong with the industry, all the usual buzzword artillery. Tyler replies with one sentence. Apologies, must have missed your post in general. I'm focused on the Q2 release right now. That's it. Professional detachment turned into an art form gives her nothing to grab, no emotion, no argument, no opening. This goes on for weeks, becomes a pattern everyone recognizes. Madison sets a trap, public little loyalty test to force him into her worldview. Tyler sidesteps with polite, unbreakable professionalism. She tries to corner him in a project meeting too. We're talking deadlines, normal, boring deadline talk, and she hijacks it into a lecture about aggressive timelines, how hustle culture is toxic, how urgency is violence, or whatever the word of the day is. Our PM, who's usually terrified of her, looks like he's about to have a stroke right at the conference table. Tyler just lets her finish her little lecture, doesn't interrupt, doesn't sigh, doesn't roll his eyes, waits like she's a commercial that has to play out. Then, super calm, he goes, "Okay, for the database migration, are we keeping the original schema or switching to the revised one? We need to lock it today if we're going to hit the target date." Hard pivot, straight back to the work. No emotion, no commentary, just the actual problem on the table. Our PM looks so relieved he almost tears up, like someone just cut the noose off his neck. And with every time she strikes out, Madison gets more irritated. You can see it building. Smile getting tighter, laugh getting sharper. She starts trying to poison the water around him instead. I catch bits of it when I'm walking past marketing, her whispering to her little crew. She's not saying, "I hate Tyler." She uses the corporate spell language. She's not angry, she's concerned. Tyler isn't just quiet. He's creating a chilling effect on open communication. He's not just focused, he's refusing to engage with the company's core values. Him not doing the pronoun dance? Apparently that's repeated microaggressions, because he doesn't validate her identity every single time he speaks to her. It's honestly impressive in a gross way, like watching someone turn basic professionalism into a thought crime. Some of the newer, younger hires start buying it, the ones who treat Madison like she's a celebrity. They start giving Tyler those weird hallway looks, like he's radioactive. They'll be laughing in the break room, and then Tyler walks in, and it's instant silence, like a bad sitcom. But the core group of us, the engineers, testers, people who've been here long enough to remember when emails were just emails, we see exactly what's happening. Tyler isn't some bully. He's just a normal dude trying to do his job. He treats everyone the same, men, women, whoever, same quiet professional respect across the board. He judges you by whether your code works, not by your social media bio. The person making things toxic is the one constantly trying to force everyone to pick a side. And of course, nobody says that out loud, because we're trained animals at this point. Keep your mouth shut. Avoid the blast radius. But there's this silent swell of support for him. Little stuff. People start going to him for technical help more often, skipping over the more politically correct senior dev who talks a good game but can't ship to save his life. Someone gives Tyler a nod in the hallway. Someone leaves an extra coffee pod by the machine after he uses the last one. Stupid tiny gestures. But it's our way of saying, yeah, we see it, you're not alone. We can't fight her war for him, but we can at least not leave him out to dry. Then the real breaking point hits at a company-wide town hall. Big meeting, CEO up front, talking about quarterly numbers like he's reading a bedtime story, slides, graphs, everybody half asleep, then comes Q&A. And of course, Madison gets the first mic. She stands up like she's been waiting all week, doesn't ask anything about the business, doesn't mention revenue. She gives a speech about culture, about values, about the work still being unfinished. She says, "We've made progress, but there are still pockets of resistance, people who refuse to embrace inclusivity and open dialogue." Never says Tyler's name, doesn't have to. Every single person in that room knows exactly who she's pointing at. She gets all shaky-voiced and dramatic. It creates an environment where some of us don't feel psychologically safe to bring our whole selves to work. In full escalation, she just turned her personal beef into a company emergency in front of the CEO. I look over toward Tyler. He's a few rows ahead of me. I expect him to look pissed or nervous or at least uncomfortable. Nope, he's just sitting there, face unchanged, watching the CEO like he's listening to a weather report. Like, 40% chance of rain. Information, nothing more. CEO gives the standard corporate mush answer. Something about being committed to a safe workplace, taking concerns seriously, listening and learning, all the usual nothing words. But the damage is already done. Madison drew a line in the sand in public and basically labeled Tyler the enemy. I know right then this isn't going to be snarky emails and kitchen traps anymore. She's going for the kill. She wants him gone. And sure enough, next morning, the rumors start moving fast, like wildfire through Slack DMs and whispered hallway talk. Madison got seen heading into the HR director's office, and she's in there forever, like over an hour, and she has a binder with her. A binder like she's filing a court case. She's been building a whole dossier, every ignored general channel tag, every sidestepped conversation, every time Tyler chose work over performing the required emotional theater. She wrote it down, brick by brick, turning nothing into pattern, framing his professionalism like it's harassment. Then later that afternoon, the email hits me from head of HR. Subject line is vague in a way that makes your stomach drop. Follow-up discussion. It's addressed to Tyler, Madison, our PM, and me. I stare at my screen for a second, like it's a mistake. Why the hell am I on this? Then it clicks. My desk is right next to Tyler's. I'm the convenient witness, meeting scheduled for the next day. And this heavy dread just settles over the whole department, like the air got thicker. Everybody knows what this is. Final showdown. Madison spends the rest of the day looking smug as hell, walking around like she already got the trophy. Little victorious energy in every step. Tyler, meanwhile, looks exactly the same as always. No panic, no anger. Just keeps coding like nothing in the world is happening as I'm packing up to leave that night. Tyler's still at his desk, headphones on, locked into his screen like the building could be on fire, and he'd still be reviewing a diff. Either he's an idiot or he's got a plan, and I'm basically sitting courtside, waiting to see which one. Next morning feels like the calm before a hurricane. Office air is all crackly and weird. People talking in whisper mode, stealing looks at Tyler's desk, then at the conference room door like it's a guillotine. Madison walks in, dressed like she's going to war. Stiff blazer that could cut glass. Hair yanked back tight. Face set in this grim, righteous determination. She's got that vibe, like, justice is arriving shortly, and you will all clap. Tyler shows up at his normal time, coffee in hand, no rush, no drama. If he's nervous, it doesn't leak out at all. He sits, logs in, starts reading code like it's any other day. It's honestly surreal to watch. 10:00 a.m. On the dot, our PM comes over to our area. He's wearing that pained expression of a man being marched to his own execution, the kind of face that says he'd rather be stuck in traffic forever. He leans in and quietly goes, "They're ready for us." The walk to the conference room feels like a mile. Every step is loud in my head. We get inside. Madison is already planted on one side of the big table, that infamous binder open in front of her, like she's presenting evidence to a jury. Other side is HR director, woman named Denise. Usually she's all smiles and fake warmth. Today she looks like a funeral director. PM takes the seat at the head. I sit down because apparently I'm part of this now. Tyler sits next to me, sets down a slim leather notebook and a pen. That's it. No binder, no printed emails, no dramatic props. HR director starts in tone is sterile and official, explains a formal complaint was filed about the work environment. This is a fact-finding meeting. Then she turns it over to Madison. Madison takes this deep breath, like she's about to perform a monologue in a theater. Starts with how much she loves the company values, how she's tried so hard to champion them, how committed she is to culture and inclusivity. Then she starts carving into Tyler, paints it like he's running a calculated campaign of psychological warfare. All the buzzwords come out. Pattern of dismissive behavior, refusal to engage in collaborative culture building, creating exclusion through passive negativity. She brings up the first day pronoun thing, frames it like it wasn't just an intro, it was a deliberate rejection of her identity. Then she drags in the email exchange, calls his short, professional reply, erasure, like 2 sentences can erase a person. Then the kitchen incident, she describes it as a public display of contempt for important social discourse. And I hate it, but I have to admit, she's good at it. Never raises her voice, stays calm. Threads it all into this neat narrative where Tyler is the villain without ever doing anything loud. His crime is silence, neutrality, not playing along. She flips open the binder, and it's got dates and timestamps for everything, like she's been logging him in a spreadsheet. On September 18th, during the marketing sync, Tyler derailed an inclusive language discussion by redirecting to a technical question. On September 25th, I shared a vital allyship resource in the general channel, and he pointedly ignored it, signaling these topics are unwelcome. She keeps going, one entry after another, almost 20 minutes straight, and the whole time Tyler just sits there, doesn't even really look at her. He's watching the HR director, listening like he's in a deposition. Every now and then, he writes a quick note in his little notebook, otherwise completely still, completely focused. When Madison finally runs out of steam, room goes heavy quiet. She leans back, looking emotionally drained but righteous, like she just heroically dumped her soul on the table. HR director looks down at her notes for a beat, then turns to Tyler. Tyler, we've heard Madison's perspective. We'd like to hear yours. Tyler closes his notebook. There's barely anything written in it. Then he says, calm as ever. Thank you. I'll address the points raised. Doesn't look at Madison, talks to HR and the PM like she's not even there. Starts with the introduction. Explains on his first day he introduced himself by name. His goal was to set up his dev environment and understand the code base, because that's what he was hired to do. Then the email thing, he says his signature is his name and title. That's the professional standard he's used his entire career. The email was a technical request to unblock a task. He addressed Madison by name to make sure it was clear who he was asking. No emotion, no apology tour, just facts. He goes accusation by accusation and strips off all the emotional language like peeling tape off a box. Kitchen conversation. He says he was asked a broad social question. He answered based on his professional role. He contributes by doing his job well, which supports the team's success. Then he returned to his desk to keep working. Simple, clean, and then he does something I didn't expect. He opens his laptop. It's been closed the whole time until now. He says he believes the core complaint is that he created a hostile or unsafe environment through communication or lack of it. Then, very clearly, his focus at work is work. He treats all colleagues with the same professional courtesy. And then he turns his laptop around toward the table. Screen is our project management software. Tyler points at the screen like he's presenting a boring sprint update. Here's my communication record with every member of Project Hailstone for the last month. Scrolls, here's my chat with Emma from design. Scrolls, here's my chat with Kevin on backend. Scrolls, here's my chat with Adriana in QA. And every thread looks the same, polite, direct, zero fluff, 100% project focused. No jokes, no personal chatter, no, how was your weekend? Just tasks, blockers, links, and confirmations. He says it out loud like he's reading a spec. My communication style is consistent. It isn't personal, it's professional. Then he shifts to email, like he's swapping tabs in court. And these are the email server logs. Click. Here are all emails I've sent to Madison. Click. And here are emails I've sent to the other 4 marketing people I interact with. Scroll slowly so everyone can see. You'll find the tone and structure are the same, and he's right. Same short greetings, same concise questions, same signatures, same lack of emotional glitter. He's proving, step by step, he wasn't singling her out. He's just, like that private but focused, doesn't do social theater at work. He isn't ignoring her specifically. He's ignoring all non-work noise equally. It flips her whole argument inside out. She claimed he was targeting her. He's showing he treats her exactly the same as everyone else. The person obsessed with identity is getting kneecapped by plain old equal treatment. HR director leans forward toward the screen. Eyes narrowed, actually paying attention. Now, PM straightens up in his chair, like hope just returned to his body, and Madison's smug face starts cracking. She's staring at Tyler's evidence with this dawning horror. Her binder full of vibes and interpretations is getting steamrolled by cold logs and timestamps. Finally, HR turns back to Madison, and her voice changes, no longer neutral, sharp, direct. Madison, let me be very clear. In all of your documentation, is there a single instance of Tyler insulting you using derogatory language, raising his voice, or refusing a work-related request? Madison opens her mouth, then closes it, like her brain is scrambling for a receipt that isn't there. HR doesn't let her breathe. Did he ever refer to you with the wrong pronouns? Madison stammers. He didn't use any pronouns. HR hits her again. He used your name, correct? Yes, but... And is there any evidence his conduct negatively impacted the project timeline or quality? Madison's hands tighten on her binder. Well, no, but his attitude... PM finally speaks up, voice tired but firm. If I may, his work has been outstanding. He's cleaned up a lot of technical debt. He documents everything, and he's been a major asset. We're actually ahead of schedule largely because of him. Then HR turns to me, and my stomach drops. You sit next to him. Have you ever witnessed him being hostile or disrespectful to anyone? All eyes snap to me. Madison, HR, PM, Tyler sitting there calm as stone. I take a breath. No, he's quiet. He just works. He's helped me with some complicated test cases. He's always been professional. And that's basically it. The whole case starts collapsing in real time. Madison's story gets dismantled piece by piece. She's left holding a binder full of misread moments and hurt feelings. HR closes her own notebook, click, like a judge closing a file. Thank you. We'll follow up. Meeting over, we're dismissed. Tyler packs up his laptop and notebook, stands up, walks out without even looking back. I follow him out into the hall. Madison stays behind with HR and the PM. Door closes. We can't hear what's being said in there. But about 30 minutes later, the verdict basically arrives in my inbox. PM sends a short message to the whole department. Team, quick reminder, company communication channels are for work-related purposes only. Please keep discussions focused on projects to maintain a productive environment for everyone. Thank you. Corporate translation. Madison, shut up. Later. Madison comes out of the conference room, face pale and blotchy, eyes fixed straight ahead, doesn't look at anyone, walks to her desk fast, starts packing her stuff, including the stupid male tears mug. Then she just leaves without a word. For a minute, we all think she got fired on the spot. Turns out no. She got a formal written warning, misuse of company time, creating a disruptive environment, and the warning basically says if she pulls another complaint that has no professional merit, she's gone. It's official. She got neutered. Her power was built on intimidation and borrowing authority. And now, authority just slapped her in writing. Next 2 weeks, she burns every vacation day and sick day she has, like she's trying to evaporate. When she finally comes back, she's a different person, silent, no kitchen speeches, no general chat blog posts, no correcting people in meetings. She just does her marketing work and leaves. The change in the office is immediate. It's like somebody opened a window. People start talking normally again. Jokes happen without everyone scanning for threats. That constant tension that lived in the walls just disappears. Productivity shoots up because we're not all waiting for the next landmine. Everyone looks lighter. Tyler, of course, doesn't change at all. Comes in, does his work, goes home, never mentions the meeting, never gloats, doesn't need to. His win is quiet, just like him. He didn't win by fighting her. He won by refusing to fight on her terms. He just stood there on one simple rule: work is for work. And for once, in our little corporate bubble, facts mattered more than feelings.